The disgusting hosts of The View literally lose their crap live on television over Trump. What the F is new? By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Subscribe because I post new videos every single day, and we'll get into it.
With just 36 days until election, you know who spent the weekend at rallies, ramping up his offensive insults and trailing off into very bizarre rants, like really bizarre. Take a look.
Kamala is mentally impaired. Joe Biden became mentally impaired. Kamala was born that way.
I love this side of Trump. Like, please lodge out more insults. Please, the more personal insults, the better, my friends. This is what makes politics exciting. Thank you.
A mentally disabled person could have allowed this to happen to our country. You see these guys walking out with air conditioners, with refrigerators on their back, the craziest thing. And the police aren't allowed to do their job. If you had one day, like one real rough, nasty day, one rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately.
And of course, their fake live studio audience is outraged.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It's exhausting listening to you fat, ugly talk all the time. But hey, someone's gonna hate on you, ugly, and that is me,
the Mother Teresa of our times.
It's exhausting. Do we say, hey, listen, pronounce her name right, you moron?
Why do you care so much about her name being pronounced correctly? I mean, they fixate on the dumbest crap. Like, do you not care that under the Biden-Harris administration that people can't afford gas and groceries? No, you're too concerned about how Kamala the name is pronounced. Shut up. You used to be fat bitch, but now you can afford Ozempic. Got it.
Yeah.
Do we have to keep... No. Do we need to say, listen, don't tell people that you want to just get out, because you're not specific about who is going to be affected by all this. So you're threatening people, basically. Yeah. Again, I'm just...
You would never, ever do that.
I'm getting tired of it. I'm tired of being threatened by lies and things that don't make sense. And I want more people to pay attention who do stuff in the media, because this man is unhinged.
You know, though, in 20...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And so I remember having to listen to months of them talking about how old Joe was and how this Joe was. And I haven't heard Jack about the insanity that this man continues to sprout. I know it's good for the networks because they like crazy.
Right.
I'm tired.
You guys, your network would never have any clue about promoting crazy.
Of it.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it.
The difference, honestly, the big difference is that it was Democrats who drove Joe Biden out of the race because they care. Republican supporters of Donald Trump do not acknowledge or recognize or care that he is insane. They just don't, and that he has absolutely no empathy. I have a disabled brother. His name is Daniel Navarro. Old, and he has got the mental skills of a 1-year-old. Yeah. And there is nothing that pisses off the family of disabled people more. And
it's sad, but of course, remember, she's supporting the party that allows abortions and thinks abortion on demand is amazing, and especially if the kid has any problems. All of life is valuable, and I may sit here and crack a little smirk over these sort of things, but I'm like laughing at the fact that it's disgusting how much these evil people will utilize disabilities to push their political agenda. It's gross.
Disabled people, then to have somebody like him bully the disabled. I've seen children mock the disabled. I've seen children do it. I have never seen an adult who wants to be the leader of the...
Oh no, it's so criminal to mock the disabled. And it's totally not criminal to support abortion in the widespread killing of innocent freaking human babies.
Do it. And so if it's not enough that you've pissed off women, if it's not enough that you've pissed off cat ladies.
Oh, my favorite thing, and I'm a cat lady, guys. Okay, I love my cats. But my favorite thing about Donald J. Trump is that he pisses off women. Love it.
If you want to piss off 28% of Americans, because more than 1 in 4 Americans have a disability, go right ahead, Donald Trump.
How is that possible? Obviously, way too many Americans are abusing the healthcare system and saying they are disabled to get and collect checks from the welfare state so they don't have to work. Imagine how much smaller the disabled community would be. The percentage of them, if you will, within our American population if they didn't get paid to be disabled.
Come November, we will remember. Well, and also that...
Come November, we will remember. Okay, we get that you like practice that in front of your mirror probably this every single morning for the past 68 days straight. You still delivered awfully. How does that make you feel?
Bothered me probably the most to its core.
Oh, shut up.
Because as Maria Town, president of the American Association of People with Disabilities, said, Trump holds this ableist false belief that if a person has a disability, they are less human and less worth dignity and less worthy of dignity. And it goes back to not only the reporter, General Mark Milley, when he had people that had fought in war and were wounded, he said, get those people out of here. No one wants to look at that. When he told his nephew that he should let his son die because his son didn't recognize him due to a disability, he's showing you so much of his lack of humanity and how he treats people. And that says nothing. I mean, the contrast, again, it comes back to contrast of Vice President Harris versus this man.
Well, and on
so
top
clear.
of that, I was struck by this point. He's basically sounds like he's advocating for the purge, if you guys have seen the movie.
Yeah.
But basically, if
movie,
you
it's a
listen to
bad
the
reality.
if you listen to the clip in full, he's actually talking at one point about businesses that are behind on rent, that police should go in violently. So businesses that have just fallen behind during tough times, that's his vision for America. And the thing to know about Donald Trump, his chief currency is fear. And fear works with his base. But I gotta tell you, I don't think if you're a swing voter in Erie, Pennsylvania or Wayne County, Michigan, that you want the purge, you want people mocking disabled people, you want people saying Haitians are eating cats and dogs. I think that
That's what's happening.
Diminished, and it's just going for even further than it ever has.
Imagine a small
Getting
business that fell back on rent, but he declared corporate bankruptcy 6 times.
Yes, he did. Can I just say something to that? But one thing about his floating, he said if you had one really violent day, he floats a plan to end crime. In which he says that the police should be allowed one really violent day in which they could be extraordinarily rough with anyone they suspect of a crime. Now, as the mother of a black 6'2" son, we know he's going to send those police officers into black and brown communities and migrant communities. We also know that he believes that police officers should have immunity. And so, for me, that means we are at risk of what happened in Nazi Germany, and they call that the they call it I can't pronounce that, but they call it the Night of Broken Glass. Kristallnacht, in which there was a coordinated wave of anti-Semitic violence in Nazi Germany to attack the Jews. And if a person is watching these violent movies and he's talking about Hannibal Lecter and he's talking about the Night of Broken Glass, he's in a very, very dark place and he has a very, very dark vision of America. And I really, really hope that people are paying attention to what he is saying, because he is saying the quiet parts out loud.
Well, I think people are paying attention. I think everyone is at this place where it's no longer, your shock value is worn off. We know you're going to stay stupid. And those of you who love him, keep your love. You know, I have no dislike for you, but I have a dislike for people who are not telling us the plan, because it's enough now.
Why does she think she owed this plan? These women literally don't know what they're talking about. They don't. And if you seriously watch The View, for purposes of agreeing with them, hearing their thoughts, and not just simply like me hate watching, then you don't deserve to vote either. Adios.